So mistakes, if you own a construction business, don't just cost you time, they cost you a lot of time and money, right? And the worst part is that most of the problems that drain your profits are completely avoidable. In my coaching business, I see a lot of contractors that come in making the same mistakes over and over again, mistakes that keep them stuck and mistakes that keep them barely breaking even on net profit. So today, I'm breaking down the 3 dumbest mistakes that contractors make and how you can avoid them, because I really want you to make more money. I want you to actually learn how to grow a profitable construction business and not make these super stupid mistakes. And trust me, the last mistake is the one that's killing most construction business dreams more than anything else. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Jesse Lane, and I scaled and automated my 8-figure construction business while I was in my 30s. I now have a CEO running it and a COO and a full team of project managers and estimators and office manager and superintendents and the whole nine. So I don't even think about my construction business, and it's a beautiful life. And I can focus on my software company, Structure.com, and of course my coaching company, JesseLane.com. You can learn more about our coaching program on there and in masterclasses and everything like that. I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I made early on in my career. We can avoid that, and that's why we're here. And believe me, I've made all the mistakes that there are to make, and I don't want you to do the same. Whether you're just starting out or maybe you've been in the game for a lot of years, I think just learning about these mistakes will save you thousands of dollars and years of frustration. So mistake number 1 is not asking for reviews. Let me ask you something. When you were looking for a new restaurant or a mechanic for your car or a tool of some sort, you're probably like me and you looked on Google, and what's the first thing that you check? You check the reviews. If you know that you do this, what do you think that potential construction clients are doing? They're checking your reviews before they even think about calling you. But yet, I see a lot of contractors doing amazing work, but not asking their clients at the end of the job for reviews. That's literally leaving free marketing on the table. Let's say there's 2 contractors in your area. One has 50 5-star reviews and the other maybe 3, 4 or 5-star reviews and 1 2.5-star review. So who do you think that the customer is going to trust more? Obviously the person with a great website, raving reviews on Google, etc. I'm trying to tell you that this is the difference between getting like hundreds of inbound calls every single week or struggling to find work. So why don't contractors ask for reviews? The number 1 reason is probably they forget, or they don't really understand the benefit of it, right? They finish the job, they shake hands, they pack up their tools, and they move on. The customer moves on too, right? And you have to ask for these reviews. And here's the thing, clients aren't going to leave you a review unless you ask for it. You have to ask for it, sometimes even like 2 or 3 or 4 times, just to really make sure that it happens. So they might love the work that you do, right? You redid their kitchen, you built them that room addition, you did the commercial remodel, whatever, but they're gonna forget unless you remind them. So here's the exact process that I followed for years when I was running J-Lane Construction. So before you even finish the job, right, plant that seed in your client's mind. You say something like, hey, we love working with great clients like you. If you're happy with the job we did, we really appreciate a review. It helps us like a ton. It's like, it really helps me grow the business. So along the way, you're kind of prepping their mind to kind of be prepared for this, right? So in the final walkthrough, you ask them again, you take out your phone, you have that link right there in that Apple Note, and you starred that note so you can just have that link ready to go. Send it to them. Just make it easy, right? Maybe even help them write it a little bit and then be like, hey, you just fill in the gaps. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. I really would love for you to leave this review. It'll help my business a ton. And I really appreciate you as a client. And just follow up with them and make sure you get the review. If you don't have at least half the number of reviews as clients that you've worked with or more, you're leaving money on the table, my friend. Speaking of leaving money on the table, that brings us to the next mistake. Honestly, this is probably one of the biggest ones right here. You don't want to make this mistake. Contractors that don't use technology in their construction business. And I get it. Some contractors swear by notebooks, stacks of invoices in their trucks and receipts in a shoebox and all this chaos, right? Like proposals written by hand, right? Maybe you've been doing things the old school way for years and it's probably worked. It's got you where you're at this current point in time. But here's the problem. If you're running your business on paper and your memory, things will slip through the cracks. And also, people don't know what's on your piece of paper or your notebook or whatever. It's not like a thing that's shared with the rest of your team. And when you've got 3 or 5 or 7 or 10 different jobs running at one time, and you got a dozen invoices to send out and change orders that need to happen and all kinds of proposals that need to be sent out for new projects, it's going to be a lot kind of stacking up. and the next thing you know, you're gonna forget to bill for that change order. $7,000 gone. The subcontractor no-shows because they never got the updated schedule. You've been chasing down late payments because there's no system in place to remind the clients about their invoices and even send them via technology. So how much time are you wasting every single week fixing problems that really shouldn't exist? Technology is a must in 2025. It's been a must ever since the internet was born, but even now that AI is born and there's so much into it. So the bigger your company gets, the more you need systems like Structure Software to keep everything organized. That's why technology isn't just nice to have anymore. I believe that it really is truly a necessity. You have to run your business using technology. That's exactly why I built Structure Software, for all you contractors out there that need a platform that doesn't suck. So it takes all those moving pieces, the schedules, the tasks, the client communications, the invoices, your SOPs, and all the tracking and messaging and everything that you need, and it puts it all in one place. Your RFIs, your submittals, your proposals, your estimates, everything, right? A place to actually log receipts. Let me give you one example. So I had a client in Automation Blueprint. He was a student running a really solid construction business, but he was drowning in admin work. He spent hours every single night trying to track the job expenses, update schedules, chase down payments. We got him, of course, tons of other coaching aspects on top of this, but we got him set up on Structure. And within a few weeks, his schedule was automated. His proposals were beautiful and professional. His estimates were organized. His invoices were sent out on time. The team could see everything that they needed all in one place, all his SOPs. He finally had a place to put SOPs and all of his checklists and all kinds of stuff like that. Essentially, he got more hours back every single day. So this is a call to action. Like, if you're serious about running your construction business so much better, and definitely check out structure.com. You'll be blown away by how amazing it is. But even when you get great reviews and your systems are all dialed in and you're using technology, if you mess up this next one, you're going to be in serious trouble. And by the way, if you're liking this video, it's really helpful when you guys leave a comment or a thumbs up. It just helps with engagement on the YouTube channel because I'm putting a lot of effort into this. Would love for it to grow. The third mistake, my friend, is not knowing your numbers. I cannot tell you how many contractors I've met that have no idea what their actual overhead costs are and like how much they should actually mark up their projects and what should their margin be. They throw out quotes and proposals based off what they think sounds right, or worse, based on what the competition is charging. This is a massive, huge mistake, because if you don't know your numbers, your overhead, right, your true cost per job, your true cost per month, and your actual gross and net profit margins, then you might be working for free and not even know it. And you get to the end of the year and you're like, man, I only made what? Like, after all that work? Let's say, for example, you bid a job for $111,000 and you estimate $60,000 in materials and labor. So you think you're walking away with 50 grand in profit. But what about insurance, office rent, dumpster fees, equipment, maintenance, your time running the job, your project manager's time, your superintendent? Are you factoring in all of these things? Rain days, everything like that, it all adds up. You're still paying payroll. There's a lot that goes into overhead expenses and general job overhead expenses. So by the time it's all said and done, that 50 grand in profit may actually be more like 5 grand in profit or less, right? That's why contractors who don't know their numbers are constantly stressed about money, because you really don't understand overhead and gross profit and net profit and how all this works together. By the way, if you are interested in contractor coaching, we've helped out hundreds of contractors at this point with my coaching company. You can just go to jesselane.com/coaching and just check it out. We'll have a link in the description too. So if you're wondering why you're working your butt off, you're still struggling financially, there's your answer. And here's how to fix it. You want to track every expense down to the dollar. And by the way, Structure makes this a breeze with all of our financial dashboards, our receipt management features. You can log expenses, track all of your subcontract payments, everything like that. And it all flows to your budget in one streamlined place. So your whole team and you can see everything that's going on. It makes it super easy for you to know and track your numbers at any point in time. And you want to know your break-even point on every job. It's not just about winning the bid, it's about making sure you make real money. If you're not actually making a profit, then you don't own a construction business, you just have a really expensive hobby. Now I'm gonna give you a bonus mistake, which is the fourth most dumb mistake that I've made in my business. And this is something that held me back for years. And honestly, I wish someone had slapped me in the face with this advice a little bit sooner. And that is trying to do everything myself for too long. When you first start out, you have to wear a lot of hats. And I get that. You're the estimator, you're the sales guy, the project manager, you're the bookkeeper, you're the guy on site, sometimes even doing the work or delivering the paint or running and grab the flooring or the drywall. In the beginning, that's normal. But if you don't start delegating early, you will burn out and your business will hit a wall. For years, I was the guy doing a lot. I was doing it all. And I would make hires. I knew I had to make hires, but I'm like, I don't have the money and this is a huge risk and blah, blah, blah. And I struggled really early on, and maybe you do too, with that mentality of like, well, no one can do this better than I can, right? It's faster if I just handle it myself. This is a huge mistake that I see a lot of contractors in my program making, right? Like hiring someone is too expensive and I can do it better, all these things, right? But here's what happened. I was running the job sites all day and working on estimates until midnight. I was micromanaging every little detail because I didn't have anyone else that I really could fully trust. I was constantly exhausted, missing out on time with my family and my friends and stuff like that. I really actually wasn't making a lot of progress and actually growing my business, right? And there's this one time I was so overwhelmed, I missed a major deadline on a bid, $500,000 project. Gone. Not because I wasn't capable, but because I was stretched too thin. I put myself in a really bad position. That is when I realized you don't have to scale by doing more. You need to scale by building a team that can do it without you. Your job as a construction business owner is to find people smarter and more talented than you. That's how you're going to grow. So here's the fix. Start delegating ASAP. Hire before you feel completely ready, because waiting until you're drowning to hire someone means you're already playing catch up, right? People might be willing to start work for you even on like a part-time basis before moving to a full-time role. So that could be really great. You want to offload anything that doesn't require you. If you're still handling bookkeeping, social media, running and picking up materials, like all that kind of stuff, you're losing money because you're not focusing on the higher value tasks like marketing, sales, and process building. Those are the things that you need to be focusing on. And then you want to focus on building clear processes so your team can run without you. That's exactly why I built Structur Software, is so that you have a place to put your systems as well as manage your construction company so that everything can run without you. So here's the big takeaway. If you try to do everything yourself, you will always be the bottleneck. Bottle looks like this, it's super narrow at the top. You want the whole thing to just be like a cup, you know, it's like boom, all the liquid comes out. You don't want there to be a bottleneck. Your time is the most valuable asset. The faster you learn to delegate, the faster your business is going to grow. So I hope these tips were super helpful for you. If you're interested in coaching, check out jesselane.com. If you're interested in Structur Software, check out structure.com. Both these links will be in the description, and I really appreciate you. You can always check out another YouTube video as well, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for being here.